Today's case, I'm going to bring you something new that is not true crime related because there has been no death that I have read about or that has happened. I want to talk about a certain medical or mental illness, and I want to make it clear that we are not in the healthcare industry. We're just two friends looking up cases. This is just information that I have gathered. I will be telling you the case of someone whose case really hasn't been spoken about much, and it's probably because there hasn't been much proof to solidify why it all may have happened, but nonetheless, I will be talking about Canadian-born Kelly Ronahan, considered as the case of Munchausen by internet. Welcome to our podcast. I am your host, Amadi, and with me is my ever-grinning friend, The Grin.
Hello.
This is a place where we don't shy away from gruesome details, where some cases may be triggering and hard to hear, so get yourself in the right frame of mind, and let's talk about dark shit. With today's episode, I'm happy to introduce my sister, Amethyst.
Hi.
Who is here visiting and decided to let her in on our storytelling.
Hooray. Give us input.
Are you nervous?
Yes, I am. Very nervous.
Just letting you know, though. You sound like me, so it's probably going to sound like I'm talking to myself.
Yeah, you may sound
questioning and answering myself.
Isn't that crazy?
Okay, so let me explain a bit about Munchausen if you don't know what it is. This is a disorder that is considered to be a psychological disorder that is characterized by the intentional feigning, exaggeration, or induction of symptoms of a disease and or injury on oneself or another person, and that is usually followed by the seeking of excessive medical care from many doctors and medical facilities, typically resulting in multiple diagnostic tests, treatments, procedures, and hospitalizations. So the name Munchausen, or what it was known as, it's now known as factitious disorder.
When did that change?
I didn't see when it changed, but when I read that factitious disorder is like fact, fiction, it's fake kind of thing. That's what I think of. So to explain it a bit more, people with this disorder may use different methods from either inducing, simulating, or faking the symptoms of a disease or injury, from either ingesting different substances to produce symptoms, tampering with medical records, physically injuring themselves, even down to contaminating diagnostic specimens. It is said that they are driven by getting more attention or emotional support. The exact cause of this disorder is unknown. Some professionals have suspected factors like abandonment or childhood trauma can possibly have some attributions. There are also a few different types of this disorder. There is Munchausen by proxy, meaning instead of doing all this harm to themselves, they are causing it to someone else, which most of the time is a loved one. A popular case of by proxy is the case of mother Gypsy Blanchard and daughter Gypsy Rose.
Yep.
You both are shaking your head.
Yep.
You guys know who this is.
Watched that not that long ago.
For those who haven't heard it, Dee has said that her daughter, by the age of 8, her name is Gypsy Rose, had muscle dystrophy, sleep apnea, seizures, asthma, hearing, and visual impairments. She was in a wheelchair and had a feeding tube. Everything came to light in 2015 of what Dee was doing and telling about her daughter. And if you're curious about this case and us talking about it, just let us know in the comments. There's also Munchausen by internet, which this case is all about, or she really had something wrong with her. You can make up your mind after this case or with your own findings. Now, after that little lesson about factitious disorder, which I will go back and forth by calling it Munchausen. So let's learn a little bit about Kelly Ronahan. So Kelly's birthday is unknown, but all we do know is that she was born in Kelowna, Canada. She was in her 30s when this all was going on, and that she has a twin sister named Gina. Now, I did look up Gina on Instagram, curious, and her Instagram is still very active. Her Instagram is just full of her interest, which is traveling, exploring. Honestly, if you look at her, like her Instagram, it's just, she posts everywhere she goes. It's so beautiful. Gina.
Gina's? Okay.
Yes. And it makes me want to travel.
Did she post her birthday on there?
I did look on there. I have third birthdays. I could not find anything. But Kelly also had an active Instagram, but that stopped in 2021. It was said that Kelly, when she was younger, wanted to stand apart from being a twin. Supposedly, when she was younger, 4th or 5th grade, she failed just so they were not in the same grade. so she could stand apart from her sister. I don't know what happened before then to make her, maybe it's a jealousy thing that starts from younger age.
Competitiveness.
Yeah, maybe. She states in her own posts on Instagram that in 2010, 2011, she was diagnosed with DID, which stands for dissociative identity disorder. I love it. Both of you are looking like
I'm like, wait.
squinty eyes. So it's the presence of two or more distinct personalities, previously called multiple personality disorder.
Okay.
They changed the names. I don't know why they keep changing names. Like Munchausen to factitious, this one to DID. But DID is another disorder that is connected to trauma and is said to be a way for a person to avoid bad memories. So growing up, she had a love for dance, specifically ballet. She attended Okanagan College, where she was a ballet dancer and a teacher. It was said supposedly by her. I'm going to say a lot of supposedly, allegedly, because there's not a lot of proof. Okay. Supposedly, I don't know in which platforms, because it was said that she was involved in not only Instagram, but also in Kiwi Farms and Locale. Have you guys heard of these?
No.
Okay, example, Kiwi Farms. It is a site that is said to be interested in gossiping, posting personal information of figures they fixate on, harassing, and doxing online individuals they perceive as deviants.
I thought like an actual kiwi farm was not the thing that popped into my mind.
Yeah. And the other website, Lolcow, which is LOLCOW, like lol.
Oh, okay.
Cow, is another website that's pretty much along the same lines as Kiwi Farm. Okay, so supposedly she had a boyfriend at one point, don't know what age because it was never said what age, who was a pimp. He was abusive. And this is going to be harm towards an animal. So if you don't want to listen, don't listen. You can stop right here. So after, he was abusive, so he beat her. He made her do horrendous things with the dog. And afterward, made her eat it.
What? Eat the dog?
Eat the dog. After she did things with the dog. Yeah.
Oh.
Supposedly, I couldn't find like her saying that this happened, but other posts, comments from these websites, they were saying that she has said this before. And this is before 2014.
Wait, did she report this?
There was reports. I couldn't find any reports on this. And I don't think she did either.
So it was just kind of like what she had said to other people and they said it?
I think what happened was she was also posting on these Kiwi Farm sites when people were posting about her. So I think she was trying to stand up for herself and probably like pity me kind of thing. Like I went through shit.
Mm.
But on her Instagram, she did not post this. So I'm wondering if maybe she posted these on other websites. I know. So I don't know when in 2014 that this started, but she started posting on Instagram very actively that she had some mysterious blood disorder that not even doctors could figure out. All was known was that she would get her blood levels checked and her hemoglobin was extremely low, that she was coming in every week for blood transfusions. She was to the point where she had to have a blood port installed. Squint eye. Okay.
Good time.
Device that allows you to give or receive IV treatment, and it draws blood directly into the vein or go into the vein. So she had one already installed. It sounds like a robot. Sorry. That sounded weird.
Sounds like installing a battery.
Yeah, it sounds weird. So in 2016, she was featured in Canada's Global News, and they made a segment about her. In the segment, she was in high spirits. Despite her being there every single week, she was pictured hooked up to her transfusions. I thought it was really weird seeing the pictures. She was hooked up to them, and she was doing ballet moves. Like she's standing there holding onto a bar, one leg up in the up against the wall. There's another one in the hallways, and there's another one where she's grabbing onto the bar, I think, and then she does like the splits, all while hooked up, getting blood. So I'm not sure if she was doing it just to show that she's, I'm in high spirits, even despite me getting blood every week kind of thing, or trying to show off that she's a ballerina or that she can do these talents on the news. I don't know. It was just really weird seeing these pictures. To me, it's weird. She has said that without these transfusions, she would go into organ failure within a month or 6 weeks, and she would be dead. In those 2 years, from 2014 to 16, she said that she had 70 blood transfusions, which equal to 25 gallons of blood. So I looked it up. That's roughly around 12 and a half people giving blood. And that's basing it on the average female of having around 4.3 liters of blood. On her Instagram, she was posting excessively about whatever was happening with her unknown condition. She had said that she had uterine fibroids, saying that she needed her uterus removed, multiple sclerosis, and Behet's disease. This one I've never heard of it. It's a rare and chronic autoimmune disease where your blood vessels and blood tissues are inflamed. No proof of any of these. She was online saying that this is what's happening to her, but it was just her saying this stuff.
So she's just trying to get attention?
That's what it seems like.
Yeah.
Attention from like social media then.
From social media, from the internet. She actually did have like a lot of followers on Instagram.
So is this, well, you said it is Munchausen. So.
Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
You make, that's what you decide at the end of this.
Okay.
So in 2016, I believe, and I say believe because her timeline is a bit difficult to figure out, having to look between Instagram and attempting to find other sources that have also been looking for the same timeline. If you try to look up her case online, there's not a lot of YouTubers who have spoken about her. There's not a lot of podcasts that I've heard speak about her. It's mainly those like short stories that she gets incorporated with other short stories. She came in stating, possibly around 2016,
okay,
that she was having seizures. When she was checked into the hospital, they checked her blood and her blood levels, her hemoglobin, they were normal, like out of nowhere. They were just normal. She didn't need transfusions anymore. But because of this made people very skeptical of her. And that's when gossip was spreading online about her with the possibility of bloodletting. You know what bloodletting is?
Squint eyes.
So they think that she was withdrawing blood, possibly through her port, when she wasn't at the hospital.
Oh my God.
She'd had to go every week just to get blood.
Yeah.
And there's been some times where she was back like the day after, all of a sudden, and she needed another transfusion.
But wouldn't she be more weaker, like if you're losing?
She would say that she was. Like, I couldn't find medical records, but she, on her Instagram posts, would say that she was weak, and then she feels all this energy coming back to her once she's hooked up receiving blood. That's what she would say. And then that's the reason she would have the strength to do her ballerina or ballet practice or whatever, however she called it. It's just weird, honestly. Just reading it just makes me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
There was so many posts and comments after this on other sites, those other sites I was talking about.
Okay.
About her lying about her condition, that it got to the point on her Instagram, she posted about wanting to delete her account because of all the trolls coming after her. She even tagged her sister Gina. It was really weird. So I was actually looking through her. I was looking through a lot of her posts and going through her comments to see if she actually comments on her own post. And there is this one where she took a picture of her crying. I know.
Those are so just...
It's cringy.
Yeah, cringy.
It's cringy. And yeah, so it was under that, and I decided to read that, and that's where I found that she wanted to delete this. And so she tagged her sister Gina 3 separate times, separate comments, saying, "I wish we were best friends," and tag her name 3 different times, which I thought was like, the first time I seen that, I was like, why'd you say that? And then I kept scrolling. I was like, why do you keep saying that? That's weird. Like, that's attention.
Under the same post?
The same post.
Oh.
Yeah. But that's like, to me, it clearly shows like somebody reaching for attention. She's even telling you like, hey, I want to be friends.
Yeah.
Yes. Her sister actually wrote back to one of the comments telling her, quotations? "Stop this woe is me stuff." And she's like, "Stop this woe is me posts for people to be around you." And that she is sick of her troll bully crap. That's what she tells her on there. So I don't know. I seen that. I was like, she's sick of your shit, because that means like that just shows that she posts a lot about what is going on in her life for everybody online to see.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was really weird when I seen that one.
So there's bad blood there?
I don't know. There are a few pictures that Kelly posts online, like going out for a bike ride with her sister, Gina. She'll tag her. Or there was a cherry picking one. I'm not sure if that was her sister or that was her best friend. And her sister has posted things about, she hung out with her too.
Okay.
So it's not like they're not unfriended or not friended on, there.
Maybe in that moment she was just like,
I miss you.
Yeah, like you're being dumb. You know what I mean? Like in that post.
Maybe. Probably.
She was just
she's
kinda
probably
like-
annoyed. She got tagged like 3 times. Like,
Yeah.
So I guess the netizens from other websites got a kick out of this because supposedly she would go online to these other websites and post to the trolls.
Post, like, respond to them?
Yeah. She would respond to them as friends, family members, and doctors, telling them that Kelly is telling the truth. She was pretending to be them.
Oh.
And the way this was supposedly found out is because I don't know how you do it, but there's some people out there who can find your IP address and found out that all those were the same IP address as Kelly. This fueled them. They're like, she's getting pissed. Like, this is funny. So, of course, this gives them, like, I want to gossip more about you because I think you're lying now. There's that.
What?
Yeah. So, around 2017, I think it was, she also posted about having anorexia athletica, which is sports anorexia. She was always training to be better for ballet, even though this was during the same time she was also getting her blood transfusions, which there was also, she also said that she couldn't do ballet because of this. It was making her weak, but she was also going through anorexia and eating disorder because of ballet, which makes no freaking sense now that I say it out loud. Why would...
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes no sense. Why? Yeah, it's starting to sound more like she's doing this for attention because she's posting her condition, her mysterious blood. She was posting that she has multiple personalities. She's posting that she has anorexia. Like, this is stuff you don't post about. Just keep it to yourself.
I don't even post when I get like when I have like a fever or something. I don't even post in general. Like, I rarely ever post. If anything, it's on like my story on Instagram. But like,
I think I posted like over a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I don't even post like any of that stuff. I just post the happy times.
Yeah.
Faker.
I am. I'll admit it.
Like, yeah.
But I feel like that's social media. Like, you see people posting all these glamorous things, and you know that it's just.
And she wants to
only a
stand
part of
out.
it.
She wants to stand out by posting like, no, this is real.
Yeah.
This is raw.
Oh,
This
goodness.
is raw.
This is the real me.
I stand out because not everything's happy with me. Doom and gloom.
Oh my God.
It was also stated that she was found out to be lying. The doctors supposedly found this out, that she was lying about having seizures. So in April of 2018, she was discharged. No, she was discharged, and then in April 2018, the doctors removed the port that she had installed in her. And because she wasn't getting her blood transfusions, could be coincidence, but a month later, she came back to the hospital with complaints about her feet being swollen and having blisters on her legs. She started, of course, posting these pictures online to her Instagram. And just letting you know, if you're curious, her Instagram is still up there. If you are curious, she's under the name of Differentially Kelly. You can see all the pictures on there if you like. Not every single picture is on there though, but you'll see a few of them that is allowed up there. Did you want to say something?
I'm like, we're not telling you to do it, but you can do it.
If you're curious, yes. So you'll see there's pictures of her feet looking bruised, swollen, some weird blisters on her legs, some formed, some popped. And this is where the start of her grossness is. And I had taken some evidence so I can show Grin and Amethyst some of the pictures.
Can we swipe right?
While she's having these blisters on her legs, it starts to get worse. She has said in her post that she's had issues with picking at her scabs and wounds.
Oh God.
And
Look at that.
she's not lying. She's, by the pictures you could tell. Go ahead.
Wait, she said she
has problems with picking at her
does it?
scabs.
She just does it.
That's so
Maybe they can,
gross.
like, bandage it, like put a caster on or something. Oh, we're-
They will eventually do that, yeah.
oh,
That's gross.
So yes, when you look at the pictures, you will see that it clearly looks like she's doing something, unless there really is an unknown disease causing this to her that the doctors could not catch. But to what I see, I don't know if you see the same, but it looks like she's actually like picking these things.
Oh God.
I don't know which one you guys are looking at right now, but okay, you're not at the worst part yet. Okay,
we're not at the
hold on, no, not yet. The what do you see?
We see a huge open wound. I'm just gonna swipe right and
Oh, blister. Oh, I hate
Okay.
blisters.
yeah, blisters are uncomfortable, but
Yeah, so some of these actually look like deep holes, like deep holes.
Like the one in her leg looked like, I don't know. Oh, yeah.
That's a blister? Ooh.
Okay. That one? Yeah.
So while this was happening to her legs of supposedly unknown causes, she started getting infections in her legs, to which the doctors never found, again, a clear reason for. And one medical test that Kelly had posted online, not on, I don't believe it was Instagram, I believe it was one of the other sites, to try to prove to people. Are you still laughing about kiwis?
They posted on the kiwi site.
But anyway, one of the medical tests that she posted, there was, I think, a nurse, or somebody in the medical field who was reading it. And I guess it showed that there was traces of fecal matter in her wounds. Fecal matter. That could have been because she probably forgot to wash her hands and probably started scratching or picking at her skin. Yeah. Or some of the netizens started theorizing that she was injecting or rubbing feces. One person I saw said cat feces into her open wounds.
Oh, God.
Ooh. And the only reason I say cat feces is because she has a cat that she posts on her Instagram named Mr. Munchie, and all over the feed.
Munchausen.
My God.
It's all tying in, making sense now.
So if you want to scroll maybe a page or two.
No. Oh, God. Her feet are big. Ew, that looks like, oh, my God.
Oh,
that's
disgusting. That looks like someone who's on like heroin or something. You know how right, heroin or like meth or whatever. Like, isn't that kind of how their skin starts to like a lot of them will like pick at their scabs and stuff like that. That's what that looks like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking now I sound like super innocent. I was thinking like chicken pox.
Cigarette burns?
Oh, yeah, it can look like cigarette burns.
Cigarette burns. No, but.
Because they're so not perfectly, but they're like super round wounds right there.
Right now we're looking at a specific black and white picture where she's next to her ballet flats, and I agree with Amethyst. It does look like a heroin addict. Like, they pick at their skin.
Ew.
So then my question is, this picture, was this on her Instagram?
These are Instagram. That one's on Instagram. That one, yeah, that one for sure. Yeah, that one's on Instagram.
So
because she grayed her legs, and she made it.
Yeah, she made the ballet shoes.
Yeah.
That's insane. Like, that right there is like,
it makes you feel weird.
Yeah, and that right there is like, hey, look at me. Like, this was my dream or whatever, and now look at me now. You know what I mean? Like, that's just disturbing. Because I mean, if I'm gonna show, like, if I'm taking a picture of my like leg to something or to someone and being like, look, I have a wound or whatever, I'm just gonna be like, like. Right there, not like
posing. You're posing.
Yeah,
she's doing a photo shoot. So at this point, her legs were starting to look like, the best possible way to put it is that they're starting to look like they are rotting. Her shins were starting to have necrosis.
That's what I was thinking. The word necrosis kept coming in my head for some reason.
Necrotic, yes.
Ew.
Now this one.
Damaged, dying, black, and crusty looking skin. Is that what you're looking at?
I'm looking at an image where she is, I believe, on a hospital bed.
Probably.
But it does look like, now this one does look like she has the chicken pox. Mm-hmm. Her legs.
Mm-hmm.
Almost look like cigarette wounds, though. Cigarette burns. Like as if you're doing them to yourself.
Yeah. Because a lot of them do look so like round.
Yeah.
But to me, what I was thinking what she was doing is either getting some instrument or using her nails to like round out her skin to dig into her skin. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking. That's her. See, that's another picture of her. That's on her Instagram. She's posting on her bed with her wounds and doing the like, oh, well, kind of face.
Well, at the moment, we've just been looking at, we've just been looking at feet pics. Now, in this picture, when you look at her arms,
she has scratches.
It looks like she has scratches.
I think she's also doing a few to her arms, but I think to her arms I'm guessing, just me, I'm thinking that maybe they were a bit too difficult to get to rather than her legs, which are right in front of her and both arms can get to it. But yeah, her arms did have something. It could be also a disease. I don't know.
Unless it's just the picture from here. But
I want to say I did see like she had some marks on her arms. And so all these pictures that you're saying, I'm not sure if she was posting her story and the pictures online to gather support and spread awareness. You know how some people do that?
Yeah.
Of what is going on with her, or if she was actually posting for attention from random people. But she was posting and posing and smiling while alongside her blackened looking shins, but they were black because, it's scab. You can clearly tell.
Another posed.
Yeah, see another pose picture. She's actually posing like a ballet person on their ballerina on their toes.
It's like even worse. Like all the holes like deeper and more disgusting.
Yeah, and it's another filtered picture that she is that the one that she looks sad.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. To me, just it's sad the more you look at her posts. She wouldn't let them heal, and from what it looks like, because she would pick the scabs off. She even had a video of her hitting the scabbed wounded parts with her nails and scratching at them to cause even more infection.
Wait. There's a video? So there's evidence of her doing this to herself.
You're gonna get to more. But like I believe the one I just spoke about, that was on not Instagram. I had to find you have to
Kiwi.com.
very curious about this. I would say maybe if you have a morbid curiosity, all you have to do is search online. There has been some comments of people who actually found them and say they wish they never went looking. Some people say they're scarred. Me, I'm one of those people who have a morbid curiosity, and I found them to share for my two lovely friends here. But if you're really curious about, I mean, you have to be really morbid curious. You can find it eventually online.
Okay.
Worse, like they're like deeper. That's disgusting.
Oh, this one's bad.
Oh my God.
I'm just letting you know they get worse. I'm not sure if you guys want to stop, but it gets worse than that.
Like, sorry. So you know how like there's people that have tattoos, like it looks like there's like a metal underneath the skin and it's like ripping out. See those tattoos?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what that looks like in a sense.
That's a really good description of what this picture is.
Yes. There was even a
Amethyst that swipe right and then we did. She's like, oh, don't.
Yeah, they're getting worse. There's even a picture that she took. She says that it hurts, and it probably does. But there is a picture that you know how with ballerina dancers they lose their toenails because of how they're like on their tippy toes.
Yes.
She's lost the tip of her toe, not toenail, tip of her. She even posted that too.
Oh, are we gonna see that?
Oh,
Okay, if you look at the picture, it says that she has like mud just thrown on her legs, like
it does look like
mud.
And it's all that because that's just a deep wound of her picking at her scabs and not stopping.
This actually looks like a video I saw that was shot in Portland where this man was basically picking at his skin. I forgot what drug it was. I think it's a new drug. And he created a hole in his foot to the point where maggots were like just swarming. This is what that reminds me of.
But he was on a drug that did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one they would check her levels. Like there was never a mention of drugs in her systems.
You think she was on like pain medicine or something? Like, did she have any?
There has been like some people have written that she was not allowed to be on medication or pain medication because she wouldn't be able to feel this. But then on her post, she has said that the doctors won't let me be on this. I forgot what pain medication. They won't let me be on this anymore because they're afraid it might interact with something. But so on her post, she's saying that she was at one point on pain medication, but I don't know because this is all what she says. It's not really proof.
I don't know how someone can do stuff like that to themselves and not like I don't know.
They probably do feel the pain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they probably do.
Oh my God.
But the after effects,
freaking out. You know what I mean?
Like, well, this is why
when I was young, I freaked out thinking like when I swallowed ice.
Oh my God, that's immediately what I was thinking. She swallowed ice and she freaked out thinking she was going to choke. I'm like, no, you're breathing. You're fine.
I would get traumatized too.
So her legs had gotten so bad with either an actual unknown disease or an infection, or it's been because she was picking at her skin. There's some videos that you will not find on Instagram, and you'll have to do your morbid curiosity search. But that's how bad it's gotten.
That looks like a tattoo.
That's how bad it got. And I think this was during around the time they're looking at her shins completely pretty much black looking from just being infected. You will eventually get to a video, and if you want you can scroll. You will see in this video is that her wounds,
Oh my God.
This one's completely open.
Yeah, her wounds in her leg would be so deep that you could see the red muscles. Yeah, where they're looking at is just just the redness of just muscles. There's also a video that you will see the white from like the fatty tissue, and she's moving her leg, and you can see the inside of her muscle.
How was she able to even walk? So, like,
she was actually able to still at this point. She was still able to walk.
At that point?
Yeah. At a certain point, she needed a wheelchair because she was getting that weak, and that's because you have no more muscle.
Yeah.
In your bones. So
there's one where it's like completely black. How is it like? Huh?
That's dead skin. That's dead. That's dead tissue right there. Where it's all black. Yeah. That is dead tissue.
How did it not get to the point where they had to like amputate this?
Right.
So at this point, what you're looking at, her tissue got to the point where it was just dead. Gone. There's no retrieval. So what the doctors ended up doing is that they cut off that whole area to where it's exposed, and they did a skin graft on her, and they collected or harvested skin from her thigh to place on top of her shin to help her, I guess, get more.
Okay, well, that one's not as bad.
That one, I believe that is the skin graft that you're looking at right now.
It looked like a muscle.
You'll eventually get to a video. I'll explain it to what they will eventually see. There's a video of her putting the camera on the side of her leg, and she moves. You can see her hand moving on the other side of her leg. Somehow she did it. She has made a hole through her leg where she could see her hand moving.
Oh my God.
Through her leg. If you want to see it, you can. Oh, so there is a video that they're looking at. It's not a video. This is actually a picture. It's all dead skin, and there is a white string that's on top. That white string is that she somehow.
Do you want me to read what it says?
You can read what she posted.
It says, I was pulling off a sharp edge, the worst pain ever. This thing flew out my leg like a busted guitar string. I screamed. The end is bundled, but I think it was several inches more. Swear to God, I've never had pain so intense. I cut it off, which hurt as well, but this all resolved in a few seconds. I think it's a nerve. Oh my God.
That was a nerve. She actually took a picture of her nerve that she got to. And she even said in the beginning that she was picking at it. She was picking at the edge, and that's how she found her nerve.
How did it not get to the point where they had to like send her somewhere, where they had to keep an eye on her?
See, that I could not find anywhere that she was sent to any kind of place.
Hospital.
Yeah. I could not find anywhere that anybody said that. So a lot of people you'll see in comments, they'll say things like, why wasn't anybody helping her? You know, I don't know anything about her parents. Nothing was ever posted about parents, but like her sister's out traveling. Why isn't the sister coming to help her? And there are people who will say things like that.
Why is nobody keeping an eye on her?
Or at least where is any family involved? I mean, granted, she's how old?
Huh? She's, at that time, she was in her 30s.
Yeah, granted, I mean, like, you're an adult and everything, but you would think that at least someone in her life would be like, what's going on?
Yeah, but
actually, it's
something.
And it's so severe like this.
Yeah.
Like but then again, who knows? Like, maybe there were people that were trying to make her, they can't force her.
Yeah.
To get into a mental ward for, I think, harming herself.
Yeah. But I think, like, if you had someone, like, on your Instagram that you knew that was literally posted, like, I pulled and I cut it off and it hurt like hell, like, and you're showing a picture, like, what would you do?
She even had a roommate, best friend, she would call her. I would try and look. She doesn't have an Instagram. I tried looking. But she's always posting her. Like, whenever she's in her hospital stays, somebody had to watch her cat. And it was always her best friend doing, like, there was video that her friend would send her, like, oh, I'm watching your cat and everything, you know?
And then not get to the point where the doctors have to forcibly send her?
I think so, actually. I think if they find you, like, they deem you unmentally, like well.
I don't know if they can force you. Oh, no, not unless I'm thinking of drugs.
I think if they deem you unmentally stable, like that you can no longer control yourself, I think you can.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
But I wonder if it's different because this is Canada.
Oh, yeah.
They have different health laws and everything over there. And it sucks, though, because when she was getting her skin grafts, it started getting to the point where, like, her legs were looking like, okay, you can possibly have legs again. Because she would show videos of herself with her skin grafts and still doing ballet moves by sticking, like pointing her toes kind of thing. And she would start to pick at her skin grafts. She would start picking at her grafts, her healthy skin.
She's picking at it like she's removing the whole thing.
Remove the bandage.
There's evidence of her doing this. Like,
this is just her recordings too.
Yeah.
But supposedly it was said that, you know how this video, she's removing her bandage and like showing her skin. And you can clearly see like she's messing with it or it's not taking. But supposedly that she kept taking off her bandage to mess with it, that the nurses would come in to change the band-aid or bandages and put their initials and dates on it to see if, you know, the last time it was removed, it was them, not her messing with her
Oh my God.
own bandages.
so they're already suspecting if they're doing something like that.
Supposedly, yeah. You're going to see, oh, this is the video of her actually like hitting her huge scab of scratching at it.
Ooh. See, this would be, to me, evidence enough to like lock somebody up.
Yeah, but all these people are just online on Instagram. Who are they going to call? Well, actually, don't you dare say Ghostbusters. Dang it. But I did know because she posts so much on Instagram. I decided, I'm like, I wonder if she has a Facebook. I found her on Facebook, but she doesn't post, obviously, anymore. But she did post her location. That's the one I was talking about, that she's moving her muscle.
This one is just...
She's moving her muscles, and you can see inside of her leg, the muscle and the fatty tissue being moved around.
That one was a step too far for me.
And I don't believe these were posted on Instagram. These were posted other site, but there's...
See, how is that not, like, amputated?
Yeah.
I think that was before the skin graft. They're looking at the video of, you could see the muscle and the fatty tissue, and she's just moving her leg around so everybody can see.
Yeah.
There was also a video that, I don't think I recorded it. There was a video that she allegedly picked through her skin and muscles so bad that all you just see on one side is her bone. Her bone is just right there. I don't know if she was walking at this time. I can't imagine you being able to walk with your bone sticking out. It's like a fully formed bone. Like, you know, it's supposed to be there to help you walk. But without no muscle around it, I don't know how you're supported to walk. But it did get so bad that the doctors had decided that she did need a double amputation. So she got her legs amputated in May of 2021. It was supposed to be up to her knees, but it went past her knees.
I was gonna say, like, that last one that we saw, it was her thigh.
Yeah, that was her thigh area. I'm not sure if that was the skin. Oh, you know what? I think what she started doing, it was her knee one.
Yeah.
But I feel like where they grabbed her skin graft from her thigh, I think she was also starting to pick at that one too. So after her double amputation, she stopped posting. That was it. That was kind of the end of it. Like, she stopped posting online. Well, at least on Instagram. I don't know if she changed her name to something else. I very sadly admit that I tried looking through every single person who has posted many times on her comments and tried looking to see if they are maybe friends with her under a different name. I tried looking at cat pictures to see if I saw her cat in there. Maybe she's posting under the cat name. I couldn't find her.
On Kiwi.com?
Kiwi Farms?
LOL.
I don't know. Maybe other people have, supposedly other people have found her on there, but I'm not that good of a internet sleuth to find names like that.
Do you think that, hopefully she stopped, right? Hopefully she stopped afterwards.
We're hoping maybe that's the reason she stopped posting, is that, crossing fingers, if she really does have a mental disorder, that after this, hopefully she got the help, the therapy that she needed to not need the internet's attention
to do more.
Yeah.
Because, what else? You could obviously keep going, but come on.
Going if it was amputated.
Yeah.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah.
Her hands or whatever at this point.
Yeah, but then she can't post. She can't really get attention. I did see a video. I'm not sure who posted it. It was her sister, maybe. But there was a video of her going back to the house after her legs were amputated in a wheelchair, and she's showing the camera how she gets into her house by using her arms to climb up the steps in her house and everything.
Oh my God.
She's smiling, which is, I don't know, maybe this is what she wanted, or she's still trying to remain in high spirits. I don't know.
For the attention?
Yeah, maybe. And I think that was the last. No, I just seen one more video. I think she was picking cherries, and I think she was using a skateboard to move around.
So
that is it.
So was she actually diagnosed with Munchausen by internet?
I couldn't read anywhere that she was actually diagnosed with Munchausen by any
So this is
professional.
all speculation.
She didn't even say it on her Instagram. Of course, somebody with Munchausen or a factitious disorder,
Yeah,
they're not going to admit to it.
Yeah.
I feel like if you're going to be picking at yourself as much as she did, and even saying that she was like picking at everything and like that, oh my God, I have this horrible disease, da da da, no one knows what's going on, but yet you're over here picking at it, like you're just encouraging it. You're just going with, you know what I mean, trying to make it worse. Because like I had a disease or something, like first of all, my legs even started to look like that would freak me out.
There's actually an actual like disorder of, I forgot the name, starts with a D, but of people actually picking at their skin. I found this one girl, her legs looked just like Kelly's, and she would even pick at her face. It got to the point where her legs were getting so bad that the doctors told her, if she doesn't stop this, they're going to amputate her legs. And I don't know what she did, but she was able to stop, and she saved her, like she was able to save her legs. So I'm not sure if she really did, or if Kelly really did have another disorder with the picking, like if that was actually a disorder, or if that she was just really doing it just to get more and more attention. So she could have had all these things that she said. You know, the anorexia, the DID, what else does she say she had? She has this picking disorder. I forgot the name for it. That could have been real, maybe. Or this is all like a psychological thing. Something maybe freaking really bad happened to her maybe when she was younger. And I don't even know if that pimp boyfriend thing was real either. That could have been just for attention too.
Yeah, that's true.
That is very true.
Just to add to everything, you know?
Yeah, her start of it maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But that was my story of Kelly Ronahan, the supposed Munchausen by internet. What do you guys really think?
I'm going to watch some Grinch tonight because after seeing those pictures, that is embedded in my head. Thank you.
Let's hope Amethyst comes back for another episode after this.
After these videos. I'm kidding.
And yes, this was a little different. It wasn't really true crime because there was no actual death. Oh, I was going to make myself laugh. There was death of skin and tissue.
But
I feel bad. But also there was pictures involved and videos that the viewers know. You guys cannot see it. But hopefully there was like kind of a good description of what they were kind of able to see and stomach.
And it is on the internet if you can stomach.
If you're
But we're not telling
morbidly curious, that's all I can say. Not just the normal curious of wanting to look something up.
No,
Morbidly curious.
like make sure that you can stomach beef jerky and stuff like that, because after seeing some of those things, like I'm gonna look at that kind of snacks differently now.
Ew, you called it snack.
Just make sure you have already given some time after you ate before looking at that, because it's definitely in there.
Yeah.
Well, Amethyst, thank you for joining us for our episodes.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
And remember, be well,
Be safe.
And see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.